Today we're going to be building a small yet mighty gaming PC that's going to have the Ryzen 5 8500G.
And it's designed with being a console in mind, with Bazzite, a custom version of SteamOS that allows you to play games with a living room experience. But is it going to be worth it for you guys at home? Let's talk about this build after a word from today's sponsor. Shout out to Jawa.gg for sponsoring today's video. Stay tuned till later in the video where we'll do some shopping on Jawa to show you all the deals they have to offer for PC gamers.
So Matt found this little tiny baby case on Amazon for very cheap, and it kind of caught his eye, understandably, because it's very small, it's all metal, it was very cheap, it doesn't really come with anything in it. You basically just have to build your own mini PC, and that's a lot of fun to a lot of people, especially in this gaming PC community.
And in this video, as we mentioned, we're going to be using the 8500G, which is an APU you can get for a reasonable price on the AM5 platform. Allows you to get DDR5 memory, a very nice AM5 upgrade path, and it is a decent 6-core 12-threaded CPU. But it does have its downsides compared to the other APUs you can get on AM5. And this case also has some upgrade options that you can do if you go a different direction, which we'll explain later in today's video. But let's talk about the base build, the base configuration we have right here. We'll test it in SteamOS in games that make sense for the APU, and then we'll talk about how you could upgrade this thing later down the line if you modify the build a little bit out of the gate.
So to kick off the build, we got the Ryzen 5 8500G. Now this is a 6-core 12-thread APU. The APU just means it has better integrated graphics than other 7000 through 9000 CPUs on the Ryzen platform, but it's $153, so it's pretty cheap, comes with a stock cooler, and it does have some drawbacks. So number one is the fact that it has around half the L3 cache compared to a lot of the other Ryzen 5s on the AM5 platform, and on top of that, it also has a little bit of a lower boost frequency, a little bit lower base frequency, and the biggest is the limitation on PCIe lanes, meaning when you add a dedicated GPU with this CPU, the GPU is limited to PCIe Gen 4x4, making it not super ideal for GPU upgrades. And the actual APU graphics are cut back a little bit compared to the 8600G, so we'll get to test it in a lot of games to see if it actually still can be used for gaming or if it's pretty much just a no-go. But I will say the plus sides of it are, for one, it is cheap. For two, it does have Gen 4 support. So that means your NVMe and your graphics cards actually have Gen 4x16 support. And on top of that, like Matt said, it's a way to get into DDR5 without having to maybe spend like $200 or something like the 9600X. Now for the motherboard, we went with the Gigabyte A620i-AX. So pretty much all mini ITX boards are going to come with Wi-Fi. This is a DDR5 board, of course. It was $149, and it's mini ITX, so it'll fit in pretty much anything. It's about the smallest form factor you can get, and it's actually not too bad of a board, honestly. Like, it actually does have some heat sinks for VRMs and whatnot. It has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. PCIe is going to be at the very bottom there, which is how most of the boards are. Pretty standard, like NVMe slot. Only 2 sticks of RAM, which is fine for DDR5, and it does have an 8-pin. I mean, honestly, even though it's an A620, it kind of feels closer to like a B650. Now for $57, we went with the Timetech NVMe Gen 4 SSD. It's 1 terabyte too, so it's actually plenty of storage. We figured you don't want to be upgrading storage in this thing all the time. It's probably not a lot of extra NVMe slots, so we threw one big one in there. Now for RAM, we paid $89. We got Crucial 32 gigs, 6000 megahertz, and it is CL36, so pretty respectable speeds. Now one thing I did look up, and I don't know for sure, but on AMD's support list, it did show that the 8500G only supports up to 5200 megahertz. I don't really, normally we don't go through and overclock the RAM anyways, but you may see it only goes up to 5200 megahertz if you try to do it yourself.
Now for the power supply, we had to go very unique here with a Flex power supply. This is our first time using one of these here on the channel. Basically, they look similar to what like a Dell Optiplex would have back in the day, but they're a much smaller version of a power supply. This one is an Apevia model that's 500 watts. Very basic power supply that we paid a grand total of $49 for. It does come with a 8-pin for the CPU, 2 8-pins for GPU power, but again, I wouldn't run both of those on this 500 watt unit, and a 24-pin for power, but it allows you to plug in all of the cables. It's kind of hard for Joe to see on camera, but I get a good B-roll clip of it. All the cables in the front, and they're all modular, so you don't have any extra cables you don't need. It allows for easy cable management, and it's nice and small and fits inside these really compact cases. So it makes what normal mini ITX builds look small. This one looks even smaller with this power supply. Now the star of this build, the case, the Goodisory A09. Now this case is sold on Amazon and other retailers at a wide range of different brand names, but really it's just the small form factor case that you can get for around $46. Sometimes it's around $38 on sale. I know there is a model that doesn't have this PCI slot that is a little bit cheaper as well. We could have gone that route if we weren't originally going to go with the GPU option and then decided to backtrack. So you can save a little bit of money if you want to using those links down below. But again, it's a nice compact case. You really can't get much smaller than this for a mini ITX PC build, and it's one of those builds where it's actually able to fit in a backpack if you wanted to, and it looks pretty dang good. Now, all in all, this build is $550. It's a premium. The performance is probably not going to be good in terms of the price performance department, but I think this is one of those hobbyist level PCs that maybe a PC gamer out there already has a rig and they want to build a living room PC that is very compact or have a very specific use case for a custom build. And hey, we're PC gamers, we love to tinker. It may be worth you trying to dive down the rabbit hole to build this project, but if you're looking for a first PC build, I would not advise this be your first PC build. But enough talking about the build. Let's go ahead and dive into Bazzite, the OS we installed in this, a version of Linux that's similar to SteamOS, see how it performs out of the box, and then we'll talk about the GPU upgrade and see how it works with the system as well. Now, before we dive into benchmarking this tiny little PC, let's give a big thanks to today's video sponsor, Jawa.gg. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know we love Jawa because Jawa is a great resource for people trying to buy used gaming PCs, graphics cards, CPUs, and really any PC hardware and looking to maximize their price performance. You guys know we love price performance, especially when it comes to used GPU deals, and Jawa is no different when it comes to deals that you can find on their website. One deal I found just browsing around was this Gigabyte Gaming OC 6650 XT for $190. This is pretty good price performance for 1080p high settings if you're looking for a GPU in this price range. If you're really balling on a budget, a GTX 1070 for around $90 is pretty good price performance, especially when you're getting an Asus ROG Strix model like this one here, a nice 3-fan card that'll look great in a budget PC build. Or you're looking for a Founders Edition RTX 2060, which I still say is the cleanest card on the market. You can pick one of these up for $135. This is an RTX 2060. That's a really good entry-level budget GPU. For those looking to build like a $450 gaming PC, this would be a good start. And as we mentioned as well, you can buy fully built gaming PCs as well from verified sellers. That's the biggest thing here with Jawa compared to other places where you can buy PC parts. Every single listing is verified by a community of people who love PC gaming and PC parts, meaning you're not going to get scammed, you're not going to get scalped, and you're going to get good price performance PC parts, and that's what we love here at the Toasty Bros. If you guys want to save even more money when shopping on Jawa, use code TOASTY10 on checkout to save 10% off up to $10 on your first purchase on Jawa.gg. And if you guys want to start shopping, use those links down below and let me know in the comments down below what kind of deals you find. Now let's get back to testing this mini PC. All right, guys, so we're kicking things off. Well, not working perfectly right now, because you know what? That's the journey of Linux, ladies and gentlemen. But we're currently in Black Mesa, which is a mod I always like to test on Linux. Just, I don't know, something about it just screams Steam, you know? And I always like to test it on here, and we're currently running the following settings with this little APU. We're at 1080p, we're on high details with a few things set to medium, and we're getting about, if you look in the left over there, about 80, 90 FPS. Sometimes we're hitting 100 at times. Again, the whole thing with this build is the whole thing with this build is you explode instantly. Wow, that was crazy. The whole thing with this build, I want to do this again, 1 second, is this is obviously going to be meant for really old titles. I say really old, but older titles on your Steam library that you may want to play in, let's say, a living room environment with this tiny little PC, or you're going to be playing some emulation and much lower-end esports titles that actually work with the anti-cheat. So that's really what the limitation is of this, and that's the games we're going to be testing in this video, is games that work decent with a controller, which for whatever reason this one wasn't. Other games were working fine in my initial testing, but this one did not. Now, this is something that we always seem to... Oh, yeah, that was clean.
Oh, baby.
Absolutely clean. Yeah, no, this is just cool. And I'll show you guys real quick for those who haven't. I didn't know those people were here again. Oh, goodness.
The Zygotes.
Oh, no, I'm gonna die.
Oh, the perfect grenade.
Wow. Nothing like a perfect grenade. You know a perfect grenade in Halo? That just hits, bro. But yeah, even though the controller's not working on here, I can show you how it kind of works too. If you hit the pause button, it takes you to the normal SteamOS layout. If you guys have not seen Bazzite/SteamOS before, this is how it works. You're at a game, you hit pause, you go home, and now you just have access to a library of different games, your Steam account and everything. So if I go back here, so you go straight to library, you do have all the games that are flagged as SteamOS compatible. These are ones I would recommend trying because you're gonna have the best luck with it. BioShock, you have all the BioShock games. I would not play Black Myth Wukong on this because of the spec hardware, but you do have all these games that technically work on a Steam Deck and will work in this operating system. So you can install these and you're pretty certain that they're gonna work, but you can also just go through your entire library and install games as well. And then you get that really cool interface on the home screen that just gives you all your recent games, what's going on Steam, and everything like that. It's just building your own console, but this time it's a more budget-focused one. We've done some other ones too that are bigger SFX systems, but they use dedicated GPUs. They tend to be more expensive. We're looking at about $800 to $900. This one at like around $500. It's a little pricey for what it is, but it is a way for you to build your own little console. So Black Mesa looking pretty good. Let's have Jackson play some Left 4 Dead 2.
We are dinosaurs. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Oh, they have dinosaur names too. Raps, Claw, Rips. So this is Left 4 Dead 2.
But they're dinosaurs.
And they're dinosaurs. We got like an OG mod from back in the day. Dude, the sensitivity
is so low.
Insane. But we're currently, if it matters, we're, you know, an old game, but we're running a 1920 by 1080, and we're on high settings.
Yeah, we're getting about 100 FPS at times. Now, I will say the controller settings in some of these games are a little wonky sometimes. I've had it be really plug and play in some games that we install Bazzite on, like other PCs we have Bazzite on, it works really well. I will say this one I had to find a specific profile because it was worse than that with the sensitivity, and it wasn't very clear on how to adjust the sensitivity. So there are some games that might be a little hit or miss, but hey, whenever you build your own little console, it's kind of what you're expecting. People watching this aren't going to be console players trying to switch to this. This is you PC gamers out there who are like, I want to build a PC for my living room. Yeah, this is a hobbyist activity right here.
This is hobbyist activities. I like that.
You gotta throw some pipe bomb actions right. Oh,
no. Jockey. Chicken jockey.
I swear, I put this like,
pipe bomb.
I put these skins on probably like
that'd be over
10 years ago, and they just sync to my Steam account, so every time.
It's crazy. You would think they wouldn't like save like that.
No, but the dinosaurs are here, and they're dinosauring.
The sensitivity is just insane. I love this. I'm gonna hit from behind.
Oh, help! Stop him! Stop him quickly!
I'm sorry, Claw. I'm sorry, Claw.
You're shooting an old Claw.
It's still it's crazy how well this game like has held up over the years. I don't get like how they can't make a good new zombie.
I honestly, this game has aged like really well. Like any Source game, by the way, we're not gonna test a ton of them. Help, Rip! Is it Rip? I gotta turn around. Give me a second. Any Source game will run great on these APUs. So like Half-Life, any of these.
Team
like,
Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2 would be good.
Don't forget that.
You play some TF2, keyboard and mouse. Again, you don't have to use this as a theater setup. You're gonna jump out of the burning building. Is this it? Goodbye, Claw. Goodbye, Rip.
R.I.P. Oh
yeah, I forgot you just hang and you're gonna be held up.
Man, Rip's got me. Rip's got me.
Rip's got you by your side.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, really good. Like Matt was saying, any of the the owners of Steam, OG games, anything Valve or a lot of indie games. I mean, people forget there's like 100,000 games almost on Steam, and a lot of them are not the AAA titles. So go try some.
Let's try some other games.
Speaking of AAA titles,
I deem these the backlog killer. Now we're gonna play a small indie title, more or less. This is just a way to show you guys what this thing is not capable of because this is probably not gonna perform very well. Yeah, we get about 30 FPS. Welcome to Cyberpunk, and that FOV is like ridiculous. What is the pause? That's the pause button. So we're currently running 1080p window borderless with some performance upscaling going on here. We can turn frame gen on. Wait a minute, we might be able to save the day, ladies and gentlemen. But we're on low. So things are looking okay. Let me go to, how do I change the FOV?
You're right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say this FOV looks, I don't like controller. Okay, I'm going back to the
good stuff.
The good stuff. But yeah, this is not amazing. Again, this APU is one of the lower end AM5 APUs. It is still AM5, so you got DDR5 memory. It's gonna perform better than any of those AM4 APUs you would get. So if you are looking for an APU focused build, this one's still a decent option. Spend a little bit more. I know the 8600G will get you more performance, but the price performance even further falls off a cliff. So realistically, I think in terms of like the temperatures, I mean, right now we're at 65C on this thing in a very small form factor build. Only about 30 FPS, but that's what technologies like FrameGen is for, right, guys?
One thing I saw was interesting is it looks like the 8500G has the GPU portion cut down a little more from the 8600G.
So that would, I had ray tracing.
And then one other thing I did confirm, it's Gen 4, I don't think it has Gen 5 performance, but
gotcha.
Who cares, I guess. And also the RAM, I think, might be 5200 megahertz cap.
It's one of those, once again, where if you don't have a good base frame rate, you're gonna not have a good time with any sort of upscaling. So let me go. I keep hitting the wrong pause button.
I will say though, I think it is cool that at 1080p we're playing the game.
It is playable. Like if you, again, with the Steam profile for like the Steam Deck, it locks it at 30 FPS, which again, I personally would not play that way, but that's dynamic render scale. Can we target for 60? Oh, whoa. Okay, this controller is not good for this. Let's target 60 and then just see if it'll do it. No, I can't even do it. It tried. It tried so hard. It got so far.
The other thing I could think of would be 720p maybe.
Yeah, I can try actually 720p. Let's see.
It's kind of similar to like upscaling and stuff like that, but sometimes native 720 just hits.
All right, so let's go to video. McAllister, I am so sorry.
Did you see how far 720p is down the ladder?
It's a 720p with upscaling, by the way, so this is going to be...
Okay.
I mean, it has frame gen on still, and we're getting about 70 FPS, so... I mean, you can make it work. Would this look great on your living room TV? No. It would not look great at all, because again, you got to factor that in when you're sort of upscaling on a big screen TV, especially if you are using this as a living room setup. It's not going to look great. But it's cool that a little $155 APU can even do this, so that's definitely an improvement. Let's jump to some other indie titles real quick to test this thing some more.
All right, so this is a game that I've never seen before. It's called Hollow Knight, but Matt told me to give it a go, and we're getting 200 FPS. This is crazy.
Yeah, this game runs really well. This is an example of, they might be wondering, why are you testing this game? It runs on pretty much anything. Well, because there really are no settings. It just is what it is. It runs good, and it's a cool looking game. So actually, there are some settings. So you have particle effects and frame rate cap, which is on, I don't know what it's capping to, right over 200 FPS right now, but this is just a cool little game from Team Cherry. I know the Silksong just came out, the new version of this game. I've never fully beat this one though, so this is just an example of you can do this, you can play Silksong, you can play all these at good FPS from a living room setup, and it allows you to run around and fight some bugs.
You can't wall jump?
No wall jump. Get actually, there you go.
What? So it's platform.
It's a platformer with a little bit of like Souls-like difficulty once it gets later in the game. It's kind of the vibe.
Kind of heat. Kind of messing with it. It's like a dash.
I don't think you get a dash.
Take notes, developers. 230 FPS.
On a little APU. I mean, again, it's a very simple game, but it runs pretty smooth and does the job for the kind of games that would make sense on this little box.
All right, we got one more game to benchmark, so let's go check it out.
All right, guys, we are in Sekiro. Shadows die twice, because I don't die twice. Shadows do. But we're running 1080p low settings. This is definitely feeling like a... I'm trying to remember how to play this game. Oh, goodness! This is definitely feeling like a 720p setup if you're going to get the best experience. I don't remember how to play this game. Is parrying big in this game? Let's see. But I'll just do this. Oh! Whoa. Crazy. But yeah, again, just a few examples of some games. I probably would run this one 720p as well, lower render scale if you want to. I know you could do, let's see if this allows me to do it live. Go to options, go to graphics. Let's do a little 1600 by 900. See if that makes a difference at all. Not much of a difference. Oh, a little bit. I think we're gonna need a little more than that. So let's go down to graphics options. 720p action. Now I also, if this gets a 60, okay, so now we're feeling real smooth at 60. I believe if we go into here, we have some built-in sharpening tools that lower the frame rate. Okay, I was gonna say some built-in sharpening tools that allow you to be able to play at low resolutions and not have any problems, but it actually lowers the frame rate a decent amount. So realistically, again, indie titles, gonna be fine. If you want a little more GPU horsepower, opt for the 8600G with this configuration, or you can opt for a GPU option as well, which, to be fair, with our configuration right now, would require a lot of different things to get working, but I will test with a GPU in a very jank way. But we'll show you guys what that looks like just for the sake of this video, but all in all, for a plug-and-play little solution, is it a beginner-friendly PC build? No, it's kind of difficult to get everything working. You saw the build montage, I was breaking stuff, and it was quite difficult. But once you get together, it's a fun little hobby build that is cool to work on if you are interested in that sort of thing. Oh, we're cooking now. Oh, we're absolutely cooking. Oh, we just got killed.
Cooked to death.
We cooked to death. Hey, there's that. Let's see what this thing looks like with a little GPU and then wrap this video up. All right, guys, before we wrap this video up, as we mentioned, we are going to test a GPU upgrade option that you, in theory, could do with this mini PC, even though it's not necessarily recommended with the 8500G with its limited PCIe bandwidth. But we got a riser card to be able to plug in our 3056 gig, which would be a solid upgrade option if you can get the smaller cooler, and then also maybe an 8600G if you want to be extra safe. Then you can use that riser cable to be able to effectively use this GPU in the case that we have, and then from there, you'll be off to the races, and the performance that we got was was actually pretty decent with the 8500G. It was a substantial upgrade over what we had before. Cyberpunk 1080p medium settings, we got an average of 52.35 FPS, a minimum of 45 and a max of 61. And then we launched Sekiro again, 1080p low settings, and this time we got a lock 60 FPS. So we almost doubled our FPS adding this GPU, which is to be expected when you add a dedicated graphics card. But I think for this entire video, the main focus should be, can you splurge a little bit more for an 8600G? I would go down that route, and then if you want to have upgrade room in the future, you go with a low profile cooler, then you can easily upgrade with a graphics card like we did in this video, a good single slot card. But if you want just a plug and play, something that's going to play emulation really low in games, and you want to keep the cost as low as possible, but also stay on AM5, then I would go the 8500G route, just throw it in there, call it a day, and use it until it doesn't do the needs that you need it to anymore. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little mini console PC. Again, there's a bunch of different directions you can go with for this configuration. I really liked how this turned out. Is it the most powerful PC in the world? No, it's not the best price performance option in the world, but it is really cool how compact we're able to make it, and we're able to actually play some games at 1080p at decent frame rates. Let's bring Jackson back in here and wrap this video up real quick.
Okay guys, so we finished.
So you guys made it through a lot of benchmarks, and I gotta say, the 8500G, actually not too bad. I mean, it feels like it's a little better than the 5600G, which was an APU we used a lot in the previous gen, especially those pre-built companies. They loved putting those in the PC since they were so universal with GPUs or without them, but 8500G, not too bad inside this PC. It's probably the smallest form factor we've built because, I mean, it's so small we really can't even fit a GPU in there if we wanted to. We literally have to put it outside of the build or get rid of the front panel, but overall, pretty cool, and the temps are good too.
So if you guys want to build this yourself, check those links in the description down below. They will be affiliate links. They will help us out. Let us know what you think of this small form factor build. Are you considering building one of these for a living room PC or maybe some other reason? Maybe nefarious? Hopefully it's not nefarious. Let us know in the comments down below.
But as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Don't worry, this PC will be for sale at PC Bros with Windows on it, because we know you guys are scared of Linux, but hey, you can always reinstall Linux on it when you get it if you want.
PCBros.tech. You can buy little mini PCs like this that we feature here on the YouTube channel. You can buy full PCs. You can get a custom consultation with a PC that is 10 times as big as this one if you want to. Whatever you want, whatever you're compensating for, PCBros.tech. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% of your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.